Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, mic check. TikTok, while it's just us, I appreciate the platform and the opportunity to use this platform to connect with like-minded individuals. With that said, we're gonna use this platform to educate, edify, uplift. Hey man, if it's entertaining, that's even better. What's happening, family? Man, I just shared a post with Trump and Zelensky going out, man. Y'all ought to check that out right quick. Oh, yeah, I just like having them back there with me. Peace to the fam, peace to the soul tribe, to the black sheep, to the gods and goddesses, the kings and the queens. What's up, those getting ready for the fast? If you participate in it, if you never fasted before, never seen the purpose. What's happening though? Peace, light, love, good energy, high vibration, good health to you and yours, y'all. Consider this your daily reminder that it is still a present. I say, consider this your daily reminder that it is still a present. What this is breaking the spell of Christianity. This is Bible deconstruction, stripping the spook off of the narrative. Peace to everybody that's been rocking with me. We consider this revolutionary work as we reshape the way we perceive ourselves in the mind and break free of the confines and condemnation of the Abrahamic belief systems. It's a revolutionary time. It's the dawning of a new age. And we are like the first to wake up in the house, in the family. So what we doing, because we the first to wake up, is, getting the food ready, getting breakfast ready for when the rest of them wake up. We're going to strip the spook out the narrative as we look at it from what's called the present. Hey, man, don't get mad at me because you call it Freya's Day, Friday. I don't know Freya. Hey, man, I ain't never met Freya, and I do not venerate celestial bodies or the personification of them. If you call yourself a Christian, but yet call today Friday, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're a walking contradiction. You worse than me. Because you say it ain't no goddess, ain't no God the mother. But Friday is named for Freya. The celestial body that's being personified by her is Venus, goddess of beauty, love, and sex, Aphrodite, Isis, Astarte, where you get the word star, and love charm, venerate. So this is where you get Friday. It's Freya's Day, is what you're saying. This is Odin's wife. Again, I call it the It's Freya's Day, is what you're saying. This is Odin's wife. Again, I call it the present. And I arrived at the present by way of my mother and father. My mother, to be specific. It's currently still the present. I went to sleep in the present, woke up to the present. I'm still in it. No spook needed. But this is where we starting from. This is where we working from, because it's said it's always the present, and it has been our experience that it has not yet stopped being so. And we experience the present whether we are aware or unaware in this dimension, in this state. And I want to come to you from here. It requires orientation because in this dimension, there is no up or down, left or right. It cannot be measured in distance or miles. But it is from here that we experience the present. I call it the present because I did not receive it because I was so good, righteous, holy, knew so much because so many people like me. I performed the right ritual, said the right prayer, ate the crackers and juice on the right day. That's not how I came into the present, as far as my knowledge, as far as what I know. I got here by way of my mother. I was born. And also, to my knowledge, I didn't pay for it. I don't owe anything for it. So I consider it a present, a gift. And in comparison to any other gift, this present called now that I'm experiencing is always a new one. Even if you call the day Friday, it's a new Friday. Don't get mad at me because you don't consider a gift that's always new a miraculous gift. I got nothing to do with what Pastor Deacon Reverend such and such told you a miracle is. But I'm experiencing this thing called the present, and to my surprise, to my wonder, to my awe, to my amazement, the experience is always new. Each moment of the experience is a new one. I experience winter, spring, summer, and fall, but every time I experience them, it's a new one. These cycles, these circles that we observe, because it's cyclical, circular, is considered female. Mama. We'll take our time, help you understand this 360 degrees, because you understand it from the square. But we're going to give you the compass. It's a purpose for the compass and the square. But we do deal with 360 degrees no matter how you look at it. But the purpose for the compass is to orient yourself according to the poles. And it is from here that we will have this discussion by way of experience. It's something called the axial precession. And it is the process, the traversing of the North Star in comparison to the background constellation. It's a 26,000 year process. Because it's a circle, this 26,000 year process approximately is broken up into 360 degrees and divided from it. But what we're talking about is from the kingdom and the connection. We're talking about a connection between in here and out there, out here, the world, as we say. We're looking at the book and deconstructing from light. We're looking at it from light. The light is a light that when it said let there be light, it's not a light that cut on from the outside. It's a light that cut on from the inside. We're looking at it from there. We ain't got to the outside yet. All right? Walk with me now. I said, ooh-wee, man, how we gonna give it to you so you can see it? You can't see, touch, taste, smell, or hear what's in this space right here, right? It's a part of this space called the mind that's called the subconscious or the unconscious. in this state, one is not aware of the physical body. And the awareness of the physical body is not necessarily required. The laws of physics don't apply here. Time and space, you turn the corner, it's another time shit. You might be in another body. The laws of physics in this space don't apply. And it is said that there is a type of light or knowledge that one receives from this space. Because it is considered the subconscious or the unconscious, it's described or symbolized as darkness. That's how one describe it. This subconscious state within this space, within this dimension, and the light that comes from it or her. Why is this? Why you just stuck to her and her? Hold up. Well, we said her because when we use the word symbol, the darkness is a symbol for something that cannot be seen, but is experienced as the unknown, the subconscious, the unaware state. You call it dreams. All right, it's a light, it's a knowledge that comes from this state, not just there, but in a meditative state when one leaves awareness of the body and goes into the subconscious. It's a light that one receives from in this space, a light. It is inner knowledge. It comes from within you. The kingdom is within you. The light came from the darkness. This light, though, that's coming from the darkness is reflected back at us in what's called the North Star. And it is symbolized as the sun in his mother's lap. Follow me now. I don't want to take you too fast. We still in the dark. All right, so we got the unknown being represented or symbolized. Unknown being represented or symbolized, whichever help you, by darkness. This is the unknown, the no beginning, no end. And the darkness is how this principle is symbolized. Melanin. Because it manifests into reality. It is reality. It's just how it's described. Ain't that what we experience? The inner knowledge that you was born with, the things that you already know, and the knowing that comes to you, does it come from within you or outside? Your talents, your gifts that are natural to you, this knowing. Well, that's called light. And it's subconscious. It's something you don't even got to think about. And orientation, because this is how one orient oneself, this will be called north. We in this dimension that cannot be measured. But the inner knowledge, the inner light, the light from their subconscious space, that's called north. The light in it It's the North Star, the brightest light in it. It's how you orient yourself. We keep traveling this dimension because we interdimensional travel. We must orient ourselves as we travel through it. Now, what that light is, north is the subconscious light. East is the conscious light. That's the sun. What you know consciously. What you are consciously aware of. That's east. That's what you know. You got what you know that's in your subconscious that you are not consciously aware of. Then you got what you are consciously aware of in this dimension. South in this dimension is what you feel. These emotions we get swept up in and passions and pleasures. That's south. Notice we're not talking right, wrong, good, or evil. We're talking direction, orientation. West is what you think, what you believe. That's west. Your perspective of it, of all this here. And it's reflected back at us. But it said that the North Pole is a little bit ahead as far as the constellations in the background. It's a little bit ahead of the sun. It's reflected when you say what's called sidereal time, the sidereal year, as opposed to solstice, or you can look at it from where the pole is. And when the axis of the earth, where the constellations are, when the axis tilts, because there's a different spot than where the sun is. Because the earth tilts on this axis towards the sun in the summer. You got the sun and its constellations and what's around it. You got the North Star and what's around it. Well, the North Star shows up where the sun was the next year, a little bit ahead of the sun. This is experience like this. When you get old and you revert to your infant state, and you got to be fed, led around, cleaned up, bathed, it's because your subconscious mind, which is a little ahead of your physical conscious self, has already gone ahead to where you are physically going to be shortly. An infant, a baby. So your subconscious mind is already there. Birth and rebirth is what is experienced. Death is not mentioned. The serpent shed his skin, but the patriarchy in their hate for wisdom and what mother represent is seen as death and resurrection. It's the story turned upside down. So everybody following where we at right now. Everybody see where we at, where we coming from. These are revelation. This is inner knowledge. This is from the North Star. And then I applied it based on what I did know, what I have experienced. Once I had oriented myself. Ian is up. Nothing spooky about it. Nothing that's being said. No spook yet. It's nothing needed. And remember, we was talking about orienting from the mind, not the sky. Once you get this orientation in these four directions in here, then you get into the four cardinal directions and the four seasons and the symbols for them. winter, spring, summer, fall. And the symbols for these seasons based on what it is we experience during each one. The question is, people, how they didn't just wake up and say, you know what, man, it's just a never-ending cycle. What did they observe? What did they experience? To make them convey the information in the way that they did. I'm not talking about the religions and them talking about you got to believe in the character and eat the crackers and juice. I'm talking about how they. I'm talking about how they started this book off. It said, "Let there be light," but the light wasn't the sun. Man, bro, just from that part right there. But I want to return to where I was about Abram. Because in deconstructing the Bible, and I was telling people when I first started, I was showing people how the worship of the Lord in Jesus is actually Satan worship. The worship of these symbols and characters, and them still can. And it was so, a lot of people, I seen a lot of people do it and begin to do it, especially you can demonstrate it through revelation. But I see a lot of people that with the Hebrew Israelite, a lot of our people with these names that they attaching Yah this and Yahuwah that and Yahweh this. And I'm aware of, we have our history and who and what we are has been hidden, denied, and demonized. We were given this book, this all we know. So I don't think though that these big movements that come like this, y'all, it's just we underestimate Do y'all understand what COINTELPRO was? I mean, like, people that was bringing people together. I'm talking about with real game, real understanding, was getting wiped out. They had what's called counter-revolutionary. A counter-revolutionary, they could start a group movement organization that's ultimately going to lead to the people remaining in and dependent on their system. That perpetuate the principles of their ideology. And this is the issue I have with the Hebrew Israelites, that you just switching skin color. Basically, that's it. It's not all right if the letters is capitalized. It's not all right if the skin is black. What's wrong with you? Listen, I don't care how you dress it up, what skin color you put on it. Genocide and slavery are horrific experiences. They are the absence of peace. So this is why I want to come back to Abram, where you trace your patriarch, your main guy. I really want to show you about him from the perspective of the kingdom. It's always now. We're looking at Revelation. So it say that Satan and his angels got cast out, right? Let's strip the spook off this shit. Satan means adversary. And it's not something that's understood by the spelling. Shaitan, Satan, Lucifer, I don't care how you, nigga. It's understood by the experience. It means something that opposes you, that's against you. That's a Satan. I don't care how their name is spelled. If it opposes you, if it's against you, seek to enslave, deceive you, it's Satan. Period. The principle, the adversary, it's an adversarial system to you. This is adversarial. The belief system of Christianity is adversarial to your mind. It's against your progress. It's against your awareness of who and what you are. They don't gotta spell it out. This is Satan. They just have to be your enemy. And whatever tool they use to be your enemy is included. Your enemies use this as a tool to enslave you. Satan, your adversary, you waiting on a spell to pop. Well, I'm Satan, I'm the devil, here I am. Is this what you waiting on? So you know them by what they do. So what it said of Satan in Revelation, what it revealed to you about this character. He says you just can't being put out, exiled from the kingdom. It's a kingdom of peace. So it ain't no execution. It's exile. Y'all gotta go. Then you get the story of a man named Terah, who was a descendant of a man named Noah, who was a descendant of a man named Adam. Adam lived into the time of Noah. Noah lived into the time of Abram. Terah, Abram's father, up and decided to leave Abram's father, up and decided to leave Chaldea. Just one day up and said, hey, you know what, man, y'all, Abram and your brothers and them, Haran, y'all come on. Haran is very important. He passed away, but they ended up settling in Haran. But it's Terah that tell them, hey, let's go to Canaan. They just up and did it. Now remember, it reveals your adversary was an exile. When he got exiled, he vowed to continue his opposition to the kingdom he had been exiled from. What you don't understand, Hebrew Israelites, is the kingdom he got exiled from. It's a real kingdom with real people, and it's a matriarchy. See, the dragon is at war with the woman, the mother, and her seed. Remember? You took the patriarchy and just kept painting it black. No, the patriarchy come from them too. And because you just took the patriarchy and painted it black, you go out your way to try to figure out how you can trace your lineage to these people that come from exile. How you know they come? It just said, hey, run in Genesis chapter 11. Let's read. I'm going to read some of this book for you, Hebrew Israelites, today. If you're in the audience, especially you. I want you to listen close. I'm going to read you some book. I'm not going to read you no belief. I don't really care what you believe. But I'm going to read what's in this book you say you believe in. Genesis chapter 11, where we're going, Hebrew Israelites, come with me. And I'm telling you, Noah lived into the time of Abram. He had pre-flood game. Verse 31. Now let's start at verse 27 one more time for the Hebrew Israelites. This is for y'all, Christians too, Abrahamic religions, all of you. Gather around and listen to your origin story one more time about these exiles from Babylon. This is the account of Terah, and his name is Terah. It's just like it sounds. Catch it if you can. It's the present. It's always the present. Terah became the father of Abram. Abram means exalted father. This is what they come from. I said, I'm going to repeat what I said. I'm going to keep my finger right here. If all the Hebrew Israelites understand what I just said. Noah lived into the time of Abram. Adam lived unto the time of Noah. Adam, the story goes, is made from the Lord, from dust, no mother. Abram means exalted father, no mother. This is their particular brand that they bringing. Their understanding is that of no mother. I just want you to pay attention to who and what they are and what they represent. This is your patriarch. All right. And Haran became the father of Lot. While his father Terah was alive, Haran died in Ur of the Chaldeans. This is Babylon. Look it. I got that Bible? No. In the Bible, you have a map. If you have a Bible that showed a map in so-called Old Testament time, you'll see Babylon and you'll see Chaldea within Babylon. Ur is a city within Chaldea. Babylon is an empire. It's already an empire at the time of the writing of what you call the Old Testament. All right, here it is. The old terror. Abram and Nahor both married. The name of Abram's wife is Sarah, and the name of Nahor's wife is Milcah. Now we starting to get into your boy Abram and where he come from. One more time. Terah became the father of Abram. And Haran became the father of Lot. Hold on. Verse 31. Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarah, the wife of his son Abram, and together they set out from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. Terah lived 205 years and he died in Haran. So he was 70 when he had Abram and Haran and his sisters, his brothers. He lived 185 years after that. He lives 185 more years, according to the story. Now, the very next chapter, Hebrew Israelites. Let's keep reading. The Lord has said to Abram, leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. Verse 4, so Abram left as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he set out from Haran. He took his wife Sarah, his nephew Lot, all the possessions they had accumulated in the souls, the people they had acquired in Haran, and they set out for the land of Canaan. And they arrived there. Abram traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of Moreh at Shechem. That got to do with the sun. The Canaanites, which mean synchronicity or land of purple, were then in the land. But the Lord appeared to Abram and said, to your offspring I will give this land. So he built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. Terah is still alive. Terah is the one that first told them. Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law, and together they set out from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to Canaan. Whose idea was it in the first place to go to Canaan? According to Genesis chapter 11, it was Terah. When I say Lord, it's a title that apply to people. It's your Elohim, your elders, your fathers and mothers. Terah is Abram's father. Father is knowledge. Exalted father. So he going on in the same line his father was going on and moving in. Check him out. We just finna check out how he moved because the Lord didn't appear to him. And this is what he's doing immediately after. He's been told to just up and leave your country, your people, your father's house. You know, like when you get exiled. That's what Terah did. They just set out. We come on, y'all, we going to Canaan. You know, like when you get exiled, you know the tree by its fruit. We ain't gonna just say they evil because they got exiled. We don't know what happened. How we gonna just say this is them just because it say Revelation chapter 12 that the dragon and his angels got kicked out, and now we in Genesis chapter 12 and it looked like it's starting with some people getting kicked. How else we can't just connect it just because of that? So let's see if it's some other connection other than that. So he built an altar. The Lord appeared to him. And the Lord appeared to him and told him, even though his people in the land, the Canaanites, the Lord has appeared to him and told him, to you and your offspring, I'm finna get his land. What about the people that's here? You done pulled up in these people's land where some people is at, and the Lord done appeared to you. Look at the picture. I said, let me, let me get the staff. Let me go. There you go. I get the staff. I said, you pulled up in these people's land where some people were, and the Lord appeared to you and told you that he was going to give you these people's land. Look at the picture. I wonder why they got exiled. Say they was trying to take over. Jealous, wanted what somebody else had, wanted to take over. So they got exiled. Because they tried to take over, it didn't work, so they got put out. But it didn't change what they was about. They think it's their right to take over. It's just how they are. That's why they got exiled. I changed my lineage to Adam. Okay. Man, from the first 30, it's 33 verses in the Bible. The first 33 verses that describe one people. And then the rest of the book describe some more people. One people is made in the image and likeness of the Elohim, their elders, their mothers and fathers, the powers, the mighty ones. And then you got these other people that's made from dust. One being made in the image of the Most High and then one being made from dust. Those are polar opposites. See, you got to locate the poles. Know who you're dealing with in the story. Because it's the same one, it's just different poles in the story. Because it's the same one, it's just different poles. It's the same earth, ain't it? It's just the north and the south pole. It's the same earth, ain't it? We be understand. What else he got going when they left? He done built them an altar to the Lord that done appeared to him. From there, he went on towards the hills east of Bethel. Bethel means house of the mighty one. And pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. I gotta look that one up. There he built an altar to the Lord. Lord in all caps is the tetragrammaton. YHWH. It means I am. And called on the name of the Lord. Then Abram set out and continued towards the Negev. Now there was a famine in the land. And Abram went down to Egypt to live there for a while because the famine was severe. We still in chapter 12. This is immediately after the Lord appearing to him. He done took off. Leave your country, your people, everybody, your father's household. And as he's a famine where he's going, so now he's coming into Egypt. As he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarah, I know what a beautiful woman you are. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife. Then they will kill me, but let you live. Who he sprinkling salt? Who he salting them down? People ain't did nothing to him. You don't even know these people. Just gonna accuse these people because you don't know them of the absolute worst. So this give you justification to do what? Say you are my sister so that I will be treated well for your sake and my life will be spared. My chick, and my life will be spared. So let's deceive these Egyptians on account of they might kill me if I tell them you my wife. You so beautiful. So this is the justification. So immediately after getting the call to go into Canaan, it's Terah that first had the mind and the gumption to go, though. He just up and left. Said, let's go to Canaan. Then in chapter 12, it say the Lord appeared and say, go into Canaan. Terah is still alive. Now, you have them just up and leaving. They going into Canaan under the Lord's instruction. There's some people here, though, but the Lord is saying, finna give you and your offspring all this stuff. No mention yet of the process, but it does say to you and your offspring, I'm going to give you these people's land, and they are in it, though. Now it's a famine. They go into Egypt and immediately start deceiving. Why did they get exiled? Because they were violent, wanting to take over, and deceitful. See, we're dealing with a kingdom of peace and truth. We're not looking for a reason to lie. We're not making up reasons to lie and then justifying it. That's not the way of peace and truth. It might be why they got exiled. So in liking, we're gonna continue with the story. We're just looking at Abram. Egypt. He's cooking up this lie for the Egyptians, the sons of Ham. They don't like the sons of Ham, especially Canaan. When Abram came to Egypt, the Egyptians saw that she was a very beautiful woman. And when Pharaoh's officials saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and she was taken into his palace. He treated Abram well for her sake, and Abram acquired sheep and cattle, female donkeys, men servants, and maid servants, and camels. But the Lord, all capital letters, that mean it's good, because all the letters is capital, so that mean everything that's going on is right, holy, and good. To inflicted serious diseases on Pharaoh and his household because of Abram's wife, Sarah. So Pharaoh summoned Abram. What have you done to me? Sickness, disease. He said, why didn't you tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister now so that I took her to be my wife? Now then, here is your wife. That means he jumped up and he clapped them cheeks. Yeah, he clapped them cheeks. That's how he got sick. Now then, here is your wife. Take her and go. They being exiled. We in Revelation chapter 12. We're showing you how Genesis chapter 12, this exile, how it played out, what it looked like. Revelation described the same scene, but it's just spiritually. But this is the dragon. This is your adversary. He believed in genocide, in slavery, in deceiving people. So this is why they get exiled everywhere they go. It's in the book. It's in your face. This is why they got exiled, for being deceitful. Taking advantage of people. Coming up off of it. Abram ran this play from word say go, nigga, everywhere he went. I say he clapped them cheeks, Jack. If you take it literal. Even if you don't take it literal. We talking about, what they talking about is the wisdom of the Hebrews of Abram being more powerful than the wisdom of the people, the cultures that they interacting with. That Abram's wisdom was more powerful than Pharaoh's. Couldn't do nothing with it. Because their wisdom is for sale. It come from Babylon. They got exiled for a reason. They didn't just up and leave. You didn't just, them people that came across here on these boats, the European, man, they wasn't on no pleasure cruises, nigga. A lot of them got ran out of Europe. Wherever they were from, England, nigga, Spain, France, Belgium, and Poland, nigga, they was running, packed in ships. But let me not take you too fast. I just mean it's always now. And they put the blueprint about who and what they are and why they got exiled for being deceitful. So he leave from there, right? And he go in up running across a dude named Abimelech, run the same place, same thing happened. Man, y'all, hey man. He don't necessarily kick him out. He just say, man, you know, you can go do your thing. You don't got a lot of us though, man. Just go out there. Revelation chapter 12 and Genesis chapter 12 tell you about the exile, why these people got exiled, tell you exactly why. He's a liar. And the father of lie. When he lie, he speak his language. Because before that point in the book, hey man, you don't see nobody cooking up no lies, do you? Before Genesis chapter 12, you don't see nobody in that book cook up no lie. Who is the first one you got in the book? The father of lies. Who first one cooking it up? Abram. You steady trying to trace your lineage to them. Hey man, I come from my mothers and fathers. That's my mighty ones. That's who I'm in the image and likeness of. I don't need to sprinkle no spook on it. It's just always been like this. That means forever, my nigga. It ain't no spook sprinkle on that. That's just 360 degrees a game. No beginning, no end, my nigga. That's just how I see me. Where I come from. I don't know how you see you and what you come from. Where you need to look at Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for you to be special. I don't understand what's wrong with you. Why you running around dressed in purple and screaming at people about that kind of stuff and talking about you as these people? You not them people. And be thankful that you're not. Those are people who are trying to imitate you and made how you naturally are, how your family is your religion, your kingdom is your priesthood, how they turn how you naturally are into their religion, trying to imitate you, lying about it. This is the game we trying to hip you to because I love your energy and the unity. But I don't know if it's the government behind it, if it's a counter-revolutionary thing, because it's a big distraction if it ain't no truth in it. It's just a big distraction and another way to suck up resources and energy from our people, from us doing useful things to be beneficial and seeing to our own needs because we know who we are. Not based on who and if Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob or was, but because I am, my nigga. I don't, it's enough right there. And it's like this is blasphemous when we speak like this to these people. Like, do you work for the adversary or not? You want us to hate ourselves? You want us to see ourselves as dust and curse and born sinner? Is that how you want us to see ourselves? Why? You want us to see us as the polar opposite of what we are? We're not cursed. Man, we've been empowered. I am. We exist. What you mean? So yeah, this is why we do what we do, y'all. Appreciate the support and everybody shouting out. People that's following. Looking at Abram some more. So the first thing he immediately get to doing, y'all, is making an altar to the God that appeared to him, and then he go to deceiving. You know the tree by its fruit. So once he go to deceiving, because of this, what happened? He got exiled. Satan and his angels got. These are peaceful people. We're not gonna execute you. By right, I should. But because we are peaceful by nature, we gonna just tell you go on about your business. Keep what you got here, that's yours. I did clap them cheeks, but go on about your business. Now, Sarah, Abram's wife, had borne him no children. So hold on. I don't have this part marked off. But Sarah get promised a son, Isaac. And hold on. Let me see where this is at. Genesis 21. Now the Lord was gracious to Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did to Sarah what he had promised. He promised Sarah the year before that around this time next year you're going to have a baby. And it said that the Lord did to her as he had promised. And she bore Abraham a son. That's what it say in verse 21, Genesis chapter 21. They done went through and deceived Abimelech too. Isaac is born. Isaac is the son. Isaac means laughter. Isaac is the son that's initiated into the mysteries. Because we talking about an initiation ritual that involve this burial, sacrificial routine. The Christians still do it to this day. You call it baptism. Before it fell into the public, it was a mystery. It was a sacred, secret ritual that meant one being initiated into the higher mysteries. Isaac is the one that's chosen to be initiated. So the ritual is performed with him. Aries, the ritual is performed with him. Aries, the ram in the bush. Aries is the constellation of spring and birth or rebirth. So that's the sign that you read with the allegory to understand if you are one of the initiated, why Isaac is traced, because he's the Lord's child, basically. Terah is still alive. The Lord did to Sarah what he had promised. That's his baby. So Abram, your son, we're gonna send out, but my son, we're gonna initiate. Just trying to give you some real game, man, so you can understand what's happening. Abram is the first one dealing with money in the book when he buy a grave for Sarah. Abram is the first one to deal with or mention money. Noah is the first one to mention slavery. Noah lived into the time of Abram. Abram had slaves, acquired slaves in Haran. From there, he went about, deceiving with Sarah. Isaac and Rebekah did the same thing because they learned it from Abraham and Sarah. To the same people, the people in the land of Canaan. It's very plain. Like you glorify because the God is spelled with a capital G and the Lord is spelled without capital letters. So based on how it's spelled, you call it good. But according to what's being described by experience, which you know of deception and genocide, plotting and planning to take people's land that are, from reading the stories, have been very friendly and open to you. Even after you keep deceiving them. You still planning on taking everything from them. That's why you're there. You done cooked up reasons to lie to these people. Well, we figured y'all don't worship our God, so it's okay to us to deceive you. So they say the enemy, the adversary, Satan, come to lie, cheat, steal, kill, and destroy. He's a deceiver. First part of he coming to steal, but he gonna deceive you first with his wisdom, or the absence of his wisdom, this whore, this confusion that he bring with him. She's a whore because she's for sale. So he bring his whore, his confusion with him. Are you catching it? This for Hebrew Israelites. I really want you to. I'm gonna post this on here and put he calling out the Hebrew Israelites on this one, showing you who Abram is, how he represent this fallen priesthood and the setup of a patriarchy to replace the matriarchy that he was exiled from. Revealed as Satan at war with the woman, the mother, and her seed. There was war in heaven. A sign appeared, a pregnant woman, and the dragon stood to devour the woman. They went to war and they got exiled. Him, this priest, and the priesthood that was up under him, his line, his family line. They got exiled. But they at war with the woman with the crown on, the mother that gave birth, and her seed. That literally means matriarchy. That's what it means. We can show you repeatedly through nature how this is set up, that it's a matriarchy. The kingdom of the Most High that's within you is a matriarchy. We can show it to you. Beyond just that picture that represented. But it's plain that you dealing with some people that took some knowledge that they had acquired, but lack the wisdom and understanding to express. So when they express it, instead of it coming out as light, it come out as darkness, confusion. See, it's the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost, but they three, but they one. So that means you got to eat the crackers and the juice, and on this day, because the three and the one, if you eat the crackers and the juice and you dip yourself in the water, then you get the spirit that come in, teach you how. Yeah, man, when they get it. Just sounding stupid all day, just stupid. So all of this so you can get around saying, mother, you done cooked up a whole books, reams of books, poetries, and all these explanations just so you can not have to say mother. See, it was the divine emanations from the emanations of the bitch of a birth, bitch. Say it with your chest. Birth, motherfucker. Born, bitch. That's how it happened. Boy, I know it hurt your heart to have to admit that everything starts with some type of birth, bitch. But it do. It's been our experience. You can emanate yourself till you fall asleep, and bitch, it's gonna require your birth in some shape, form, or fashion for some life to jump off. You hear me? When you get through emanating around this hole, you're gonna need your womb. Once you let that sink in, and it is okay, that's all right. Hey man, you just listen. Yeah, man, you all right. You know less than who and what you are, because this is true. You have to degrade and denigrate and deny her position. We talking about feminine principle. We ain't talking gender anyway. Get your head out the vagina. You might can see past and understand principle. When we say her and she, we talking function. Yeah, see, understanding is feminine or female in relationship to expression. It's a part of communication as a whole, but it's the feminine part of it. It's not communication without both parts. Not effective. It could be some darkness being transmitted. You dig? But if you got the expression, man, and the understanding, man, boy, you got some harmony right there. Boy, you got the whole thing right there. You got the masculine part and the feminine part. But the masculine part ain't a man or a person. Neither is the feminine part a woman. It's a function. You have to receive the expression to understand it, don't you? Do you not know receiving is the feminine function? Are you that shook in your mind that you can't even acknowledge feminine principles? I'm talking about feminine principles because you can't see, touch, taste, or smell them. You experience, understand. You experience receiving something, information being expressed to you. That's feminine. That's all it is. Ain't nothing scary or spooky about that. All you got to do is quit letting master dictate reality for you and start thinking. It's okay to think. I know they told you can't imagine. I imaginate. I know they told you can't do that. That's a bad word. And thinking for yourself was get you sent to hell. But listen, and at least in this space right here, we encourage you to use your imagination and think. Man, it's encouraged. Challenge, ask questions. Listen to me. Ask questions. Because you was thinking about some stuff that you wanted to know. You might not like the answer. But if you're mature enough, the question wasn't based on not what the answer that you was looking for had nothing to do with whether or not you was gonna like it. You something you wanted to understand. Right? Yeah, so this is what we doing, man. So we not letting these people tell us they've been so beat down that you have to trace your lineage to fictional characters or people and stories that you have no understanding of because you've read a few books and you can break down the Hebrew meaning of these words and places. You think you understand what's in this book. And that's not how it works. See, in the kingdom or in divine order, right? You see, let me show y'all this picture. I can't blow that picture, but in the top picture you have Isis and Horus, right? And what's showing you is the process of knowledge being born. That's what's being shown. So I want you to pay close attention to what I'm finna tell you, Hebrew Israelites. When you get through with your books, you get through studying your 15, 5, 6 languages. I'm gonna bring you back to mama. See, listen. See, divine knowledge come from within you. It don't come from books. Can't come from books. So the way that you get or receive or the way that this is transmitted, divine knowledge is like a seed or it's like a light. It's like a food. It's something you take in that you eat and it's provided by mother. She don't cook it. She don't get in no kitchen. She don't go hunt and gather a bitch ass thing. She puts you at her breast. Feeds you from within. Her teacher from within. The knowledge come from within. And as a scientist, right? As an alchemist, know how to deal with and manipulate energy and how to orient oneself from the mind. What one does is begin the process of the scientific method. How does it react to heat, cold, wet? How does it react to anger, happiness, sadness? And then I observe my results. After I research from among other alchemists and scientists who have performed the same process to compare my results with theirs. Notice that it started, Divine Mama taught me how to acquire knowledge. And you start from within. You know how to origin. You got the basics. You got the 4 cardinal directions. You know how to do it. You know the method of testing it to see how it reacts under different conditions. Observe your results. Now go research and compare your results. You started. You picked up the book, read the book, memorized the book. You said now you know some shit. That's why you running around here in purple screaming at people. That's why you run around telling people the talking snake is real and somebody's coming out the sky or out the fucking spaceship to save you one day. This is the spaceship, the mothership. This is how we travel from dimension to dimension, not just space. We've been mapped that out. They just not catching up to what we had been mapped out. We ascended. You remember? The ones that got exiled descended upon you. So that's the scribe and say, let us make man in our image and our likeness. So we're going to give you some knowledge and some wisdom. It's nothing that we don't want you to know. We want you to know so you can be like us. We function as a kingdom that function as a priesthood. See, we are our religion. Our mothers and fathers are our God, our mighty ones. We want you to have this same game. See your people the same way we see ours. We can exist in peace then. Your daughters can marry my sons, and my sons can marry your daughters, and we'll extend our families and our kingdom in peace. When you include wisdom and understanding in the transmission of divine knowledge, when you include mother and daughter in the expression of what you call divine knowledge, but you take her out, knowledge. But you take her out, and you look silly when you do. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If ain't nobody else gonna tell you the truth, man. I think the government is behind it. Personally, any ineffective, distractional, racial is the main focus of it. I think it's some government. You feel me? This ain't a. They invented white. This ain't no white folk. The people who. Nah, man, it's deeper than that. But it is something that is used to divide us. But the people that use it to divide us, Uh, yeah. Anybody not understanding what I'm saying about Abram, the father of your religions, the Abrahamic religions? I'm saying Abram is the adversary that got exiled. And so Genesis chapter 12 tell you about the beginning of his exile and why he got exiled. He's Satan not because of how you spell his name, but because of what he does. He's your adversary. He like to deceive and he like genocide and enslaving people. So all of these concepts are included in Genesis chapter 12 that Abram have going on. This is what your adversaries did to your ancestors. Adversary, not how it's spelled, but how it's experienced. Save me, adversary. The people that want to genocide and take your land and deceive you and take advantage, those are your adversaries, nigga. I don't know what you waiting on to come out the sky. You waiting on the adversary to come show up in some spooky shit. Man, these people been being your adversary for the last few centuries. Matter of fact, they've been being your adversary. What you talking about? Your belief system that you got, that's them being your adversary. You call it day Freya's Day. You know why? Because that's them being your adversary, nigga. Fuck you mean? You call the day after the gods of their ancestors, dum-dum. That's them being your adversary. You know what it meant when they gave you Jesus? Guess who that meant you had to give up venerating, recognizing, and honoring? Your ancestors. Now you have to venerate Jesus' ancestors. So that's why you run around here trying to trace your lineage to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I think the shit come from the government. And when I say certain stuff, it freeze, it cut out. Some of this stuff I'm saying is so top-notch ether that it'll cut out while I'm saying some of the most rawest shit ever. I keep seeing it. Nigga, this is ether. Nigga, woo wee. You hear what I'm telling you? You don't gotta like me, nigga. You think I'm here for you to like me, nigga? Think I'm saying what I'm saying so people will like me? It need to be heard. We running around here stuck on stupid, man. It need to be heard. You don't come from them. People tell they stories start with being exiled and then looking to do some genocide and then being very deceitful, whoring out his wife immediately. Nigga, that ain't my nature. Nah, I don't understand what you when my I am look like me. I look like them. Yeah, catch it if you can. They say the earth was one big landmass at one time, right? If you look at it, how they have pictures of it from what we've seen, you can see how it all fits. If you look at it, how they have pictures of it from what we've seen, you can see how it all fit, right? You can see it's not a stretch to see how it could all have been one big landmass. It's not a stretch, right? And if it was one big landmass, then how long was it one big landmass? Like, was it just for a day, for 1,000 years? When it split, and was it immediately a big ocean, or was it just a little split and really gradual over time? So why is it hard to believe it was melanated people all over the world? Why is that so hard to believe? Why is it assumed that it was always an ocean required that had to be crossed. I don't have any I don't have any degrees. I'm just using my imagination and thinking. Do I have to have a degree in validation and proof of my intellect to engage in such activity? If my own search from within and my own observation lead me to a different conclusion than the reams and reams of idiots who say that there were no melanated people before 1492, am I to doubt me? If I know I was born, but the book say I was made from dust, am I supposed to doubt what I know from my own experience and observation and accept what the book say I was made from dust? I should doubt what I know. Then when I present to you the information that this is how the people that are against mother, this is how they go about it. See, they told you the story of being made from dust to get around including mother. So they come with it. This how they go against her. This is how they try to leave her out the story completely. And exalt the father, Abram, only. He represent this paper, y'all. Mother is the seat of the throne. That's the greater light that governs the day. That word govern lets you know you dealing with kingdom. When we talking greater light, we talking greater knowledge. We talking day, we talking sun, conscious mind. The knowledge, the expression of this knowledge through your conscious mind. But you getting that knowledge from the lap and the breast of the mother, making her the seat of the throne. The greater light that governs the sun. Tell the sun when to rise, when to set. Which one of his cousins' highs he can go to. Which constellation he gonna be in. This mama that determine it. It's the night sky where you get all the knowledge, all the light. It's from the daytime sky, from the daytime that you observe the effects. It destroys the white supremacy narrative. It hurt feeling. Oh yeah, the white it destroyed, and it need white supremacy need racism to survive. It need it. It must have it. It must have racism. It must have hate. White supremacy must have hate to survive. Love wipes that out. I mean, literally, like we go to slang and soul pole, and the color lines and the barriers is crossed and brought down. The class barriers and divisions are brought down. Then the people that consider themselves white is all of a sudden going to get darker, ain't they? Like bloodlines is going to start getting darker because everybody's loving now. There's no more division. So they need division, especially racial, because without racial division, they could genetically be wiped out from love. Love. They would cease to exist genetically because a bunch of love making went on. Catch it if you can. Your adversary, what they do. But so when you start understanding who benefit from this supremacy, when we say melanated people, that's because I'm looking at the earth as a whole and the majority of the population of the earth. Because they say in a democracy, majority rule. Let us make man, let them rule. So melanated people are the majority of the earth. You only have a minority of people who will be considered unmelanated. This minority, it's a part of them anyway, that need this division. If not, just how genetics work, they would disappear. So they have to keep their bloodline divided. It's deep. Can't hear. Somebody say they can't hear. Oh man, because I'm saying something so real that the ether, I'm cooking the ether. I cook ether in here with ether. You hear me? So this what happened, man. What I'm saying is so potent. I'm not making this up. I'm not bragging. I'm for real. What I'm saying is so potent and so loud that the internet will break up and freeze and pause while I'm talking at certain points. All that means is that you should marinate on what I said until it stopped freezing. Whatever that was said, what I said until it stopped freezing. Whatever that was said right before it stopped freezing and started going out, think about whatever was yeah, I'm telling you. This is how you could choose to see it. You could choose to see it that way as a pause, the universe hitting pause for you, for you can stop and think. You hear me? I already, man. I'm just, yay, man. It's that day, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Do y'all understand what I'm saying, though? Do y'all hear what I'm saying in here with the plan? Man, I need y'all see it. What do y'all see it up in there? Look at this. I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about it's a forest up here, man. Nobody need to get in there. Man, somebody get up in there. I can this is the divine mother that we talking about today. Shout out to Divinely Gifted. The reason we showing y'all about Abram, I'm posting this on YouTube, is because the Hebrew Israelites are telling people, not just them, it's a lot of melanated brothers that swear up and down they from the tribe of Judah. And this and that. In deconstructing the Bible, I'm gonna read this. It say, "Let us make man in our image and our likeness, and let them rule, and let them have dominion." And it say, "They are blessed. God blessed them and told them, be fruitful and multiply." And after this, God rests from all God's work. Nothing is denied them. They in the image and likeness of a kingdom that function as a priesthood. From the point of the narrative of rest, these people are not spoken of. We know this is not Adam because these are people from the beginning. It was a them and a they. It don't mention us. It don't mention anything being, the matter of fact, they are given supreme authority, absolute. They are given dominion. rule these people. But this is all contained within the first 33 verses of the Bible. Please listen to me, y'all. Count from 0 to 33. Read it. That's the story. Then the rest of the other account is about the Lord and Adam and the people who come from that. It's a different account, different order. It's the beginning of the patriarchy. From that point on in the book, mother is vilified immediately. What you mean? It said man was made from the dust. You come from mother. Next story, Eve is cursed. And what? Childbearing. And placed under the man. So what was her position before she was placed under him? The book says she taught Adam. Because you listen to the voice of your wife. She ate the fruit and she gave him some. To eat is to teach, to be taught. She gave him some. She taught him what was her position before. And everything is pointing you to some you deny the existence of. But this is dealing with your Adam story. But the first story we got is from a people that's been here already, know who they are, know what they come from, and are everywhere. It don't say how many, it don't say where they at. It just say earth. Have dominion and rule and told them earth. Earth, my nigga, that's where we at. Then you talk about another set of people that's in a specific place, another person that's in a specific place. That's made by another person or another singular being. If not, you don't want to say it's a person. And you take dust literal. So you say that this person was made from dust, but I know what dust is. I done swept the kitchen floor. I done dusted the ceiling fan and behind the TV because I caught myself going hard. I'm hitting the behind the TV. I know what dust is. You can't make nothing out of dust. Can't grow nothing out of it. I looked up the word dust because I was searching. I wanted to understand what make it true. Now, I know just to accept it because the Lord did it is what make it right. But I want to understand what made it true. And this search for truth led me here. See, dust mean to be humiliated, to be trampled underfoot, or to be scattered about. Conquered. You got dusted, beat down. You lost really, really bad, so bad it was humiliating. And then when I understand dust as being something that's trampled underfoot and scattered about, now I understand who the Lord is and what he's working with. He's dealing with some people that's been trampled underfoot and scattered about. That's why he's naming them. That's why he put them to work. He command them. He command Adam. And it's something he don't want Adam to know. Because he's a slave master. That's his name, Lord. You introduced to the Lord. Cause this how he see you. He don't see you as the image and likeness of the Most High God. He's jealous. That's why he got exiled in the first place. When he seen you sitting on your mama's lap, uh, you represented the dust, the Lord in dirt, a serpent, snake. Yeah, man, a cursed, wretched thing from your birth. He stood in front of the woman to devour the child. He hates your birth. You don't represent the most high, you represent the most low. Dust is the most low, dum-dum. You say God is the most high. Well, guess what dust is? This ain't nothing lower than that. Polar opposites. You went with the dust part. Book told you where the cutoff point was at the head. 33rd verse. It told you where the cutoff point was. From there, it's a descent. You're going to have to go ahead and descend, but you got to buckle up from there. You ain't buckle up. You just went on like willy-nilly, not understanding this is the descent. You get to the account about the Lord, his exile, and you trace your lineage to that. You saying that's you. Well, it's a descent. You realize who you are, it's an ascent. You ascend. Back to I am. You forgot your gods. You forgot who I am. You forgot your gods. So yeah, y'all, man, I'm just making this plain. I'm finna look at these comments. I see somebody getting it though. That's what's up. Shout out to all the goddesses that do the spirit, the breakdown of deconstructing. I listen to Thinker almost every night. Every time she on, love to hear her bust it down. She one of the best edit for us on the interview format. My take is a little different because I have a different understanding as far as the meaning if it's approached from never intending it to be literal in the first place. If you approach the book with not even thinking of it in literal terms, then there's stuff in it. There's a lot of stuff in it. And I encourage you to look at it when you deconstruct. We know what we've been taught it means. We know that. But if you really get into understanding the process of it, what you're going to see is they put it in your face. Everything they doing that's is in your face is plain. The trick is they got you to agree to it. Mic check, mic check. You'll see they put everything in your face, and the trick is they got us to agree to it. They got us to call it right and good. As we begin to awaken and question what we have traditionally called right and good, it's shaking the foundations of their institutions. From here, us challenging the thought. You may think, what do it matter? It don't mean nothing. It matter. It matter because people are starting to see themselves and realize we don't need their system. Starting to cause people to want to organize and unite because we realize we're dealing with a deceitful, violent system. When they are deceitful, that's what they've always been. That's what they've always done. They are greedy, y'all. Everybody want to dress up this greed, and we want to get greedy like them to overcome being in their system. But greed is the problem. And they use our nature, our given open nature, as it's a vice. It's a liability when we deal with them because they are greedy. And the money system that they got set up is to facilitate their greed. And we participate in the systems that are set up to facilitate greed. That's it. It's no justice involved. It's no fairness, equity. It's just greed. Why we want to dress it up as something other than that, I don't know. The billionaires bought the politician. The billionaires are billionaires because they was born and inherit some type of money, some type of position. Their inheritance a lot of time have to do with things that were taken, people that were enslaved, money being hidden, names being changed to hide the money. They buy politicians and make the politicians millionaires. The politicians know how to funnel the money back to themselves. They make up stupid bullshit programs so they have to be funded. And this is how they funnel money back to themselves. The billionaires want to be able to operate willy-nilly and make money without no oversight and get out of paying taxes. So they buy the politicians that'll make sure that they make laws to keep them from having to do so. Politicians say, yeah, all we got to do is make this bill, and we'll just say that the funding was this, and then we'll send it here, and then from there it'll come back to you, and then woo the blam the bloom. So this is how they know where all the money is. It's funny to sit and watch them argue back and forth about it, knowing that everybody's lying. The billionaires know they bought the politicians. The politicians know the billionaire about them. They know the process. We've been saying it, but it's funny just to see it play out. They make everybody that been telling you that this shit is going on, I guess they prophets now. If the words that they spoke is revealed to be true. Either you have a lot of conspiracy theorists among you, or you have a lot of prophets among you. Or it's a lot of people that can see beyond the propaganda. It's a new age. It's a new day. Now the patriarch ain't always been Abram, and what he set up represent a hateful. You see what he did with his wife? You see what he taught Isaac to do with his wife? Do you understand what that means? The exalted father, the patriarchy? Do you understand what's being instituted? If you did, you wouldn't be trying to trace your lineage to it. You'll know your adversary by his fruit. I don't care how much they exalt his name and how they spell it, how many capital letters they use. You learn how to read, you can read signs. You know what it is by the experience, nigga. I don't care how they spell it. Let nobody fuck you over and lie to you and cheat you and be violent towards you. And then they use a motherfucking capital G and then it's all good. Nigga, you crazy? Care how you spell it. You don't get to commit genocide and slavery and call it good to me. Get off your knees, nigga. Letting these people tell you who you are. You trying to trace your identity to some bullshit they taught you. Fuck what they taught you, nigga. You got something in here. You got some records in here go back deeper than any book they had ever produced. You scared to go in there? You think ain't nothing in there? Unless something out they book. If the book said, I got to go about this. Man, what I got older than that book. Nigga, fuck that book. What's wrong with you niggas now? Run around this bitch scared to think outside of a book. Nah, you can't tell me nothing. No, you can't get on this live and say a bitch ass thing about nothing, nigga. Tell me what your professor such and such taught you because he speak 15 languages. I don't, so, nigga. Yeah, man, y'all know I gotta end the live with a rant. But they pull out 15 books. Boy, they pull out 15 books, man. What is that? Let me hold on, man. What do I got? Pull out all these old bitch ass books. About a whole bunch of bullshit. I got a book in here about starting non-profits. History books in this bitch. But I'm not running around here trying to figure out nothing about no Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and how to say their name other than exposing the spell at my people. Huh? These names, when you saying Yah, just understand that the Yah mean I am, and we all speak English, nigga. We don't speak Hebrew, Aramic, or Greek. So explain to the people with this Yah, it mean I am. The Tetragrammaton is pronounced you, not Yahweh, not Yahuwah. We talking about the real you, not the you from the book. The you experience that you know by the experience, not by the motherfucking spell, nigga, but by the experience of you, this sacred silent you that you know from in here, where ain't no sound. That's why ain't no vowels. So when you get out of cartoon land, we can really, really be effective. But I think the government done took over y'all movement and have y'all distracted on purpose. I think he have you keeping the patriarchy going on purpose because they know what mother and divine goddess in her return represent. And as long as they can keep our peoples suppressing mother, they can delay. But if you niggas get out of mama way, acknowledge her, we got some progress. But all this, I suffer a woman not to teach. You bitch ass niggas in the way with that bullshit. You in the way. And you don't understand nothing in that book if you think that's really how it go. I don't care how many of you it is, either how loud you holler. Till you acknowledge her, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. None of you do. And we can pick up any Bible you want to and I demonstrate to you what she is in your book. She's not in your doctrine, but she's in your book. I don't know what's wrong with you niggas. Let these people tell you ain't no mother. But you gotta be born again. You niggas sound stupid. Sound like you let these people tell you anything. Still. And you let the resentment, and I understand that's why my heart go out to you, because I can't stand them bitches neither. But I also understand it's a principle. I hate evil. I hate evil. I hate it. I don't mind. I'm not shy about letting you know. I hate evil. I hate lies and deceit and violence and greed. I fucking hate it. I hate it. But I know they don't got nothing to do with color. It's greedy people in every culture. It's deceitful people in every culture. I hate it across the board. I don't give a fuck where it's at, who it is. Yeah, if you greedy, fuck you. Well, I don't care what color you are, culture, your beliefs, fuck you very much if you greedy. This how it is. We just all the way with it. If you coming with some division, when we say melanated people, this is a plea for unity. It's not being divisive. When we say the melanated people here, it's cause what we dealing with here. As melanated people of color here. Look what we deal with. For what we have to do for identity. We got people trying to figure out who they are. The whole time they saying who they are, you got people saying you're not from that. If you say you're Hebrew Israelite, you ain't that. If you say you Egyptian, you ain't that. You ain't from Mesopotamia. If you say you native to this land, they say you can't be that. It's a mystery, huh? And then when I tell you about these first 33 verses about your origin and why your name, your title, and your ancestors' title is God, you, you think I'm just talking. Tell you the mystery is going to be revealed with the opening of the 7 seals, and I'm steady showing you about these 7 days contained in these first 33 verses. I don't know when you going to put it together. You waiting on some spooky shit to happen? I don't know. So we'll put it on YouTube. You can hit repeat. And then it'll sink in if they let this part of what I just said be heard. Because they might have, certain things I say when it starts speaking on they little secret bullshit that they try to play with, it'll try to block it out. Mama gonna shake this shit all the way up. She is shaking it up. I seen Creflo Dollar. Boy say I seen them talking about the Holy Spirit and that's really mother and he trying to eat. So look for a lot of Christian preachers and pastors gonna start saying that the Holy Ghost is actually mother. Just be waiting on that. They'll start easing it in. They gonna keep with the spook story. They ain't gonna elevate her too high, but boy say it's too late. When you already said all this about the Holy Ghost and the Holy Ghost, then you got to admit that's mother. That's the comforter that's coming to teach you all things. Yeah. You have to receive mother, and that's what break down. That's gonna look at the picture. Mama teach you all things. She feeds you from her breast. Oh, now I get it. Yeah. Oh, now I get it. Yeah. Well, why we was running around here saying ain't no mother? Because the spell that you got put under. Remember, Adam is put into a deep sleep. And the woe man was presented to him. That's why. Do you know the difference between a mother and a woe man? Well, according to the kingdom, in reality, life itself, you came into the present with a mother. If things was in, alignment, she's also a wife. She's also a daughter. She could also be a cousin, an auntie, and a sister. Now I said mama, wife, cousin, auntie, sister. Where is woe man? Who is she a woe man to? An alien, a stranger. Kingdom is family. Ain't no men and women in no kingdom. Everybody got a title. Don't get mad at me because you don't see your family title as royal and divine. I don't got nothing to do. Because you steady trying to trace yourself to Yahuwah. I don't got nothing to do with it. Look at my great-great-grandfather and great-great-grandmother is special enough if that's as far as I can go back. Here, you talking about? Grandfather and great-great-grandmother is special enough if that's as far as I can go back. Here, you talking about? I know they was because I am. Catch it if you can. Don't know how y'all see. How y'all see yourself? Did you have to try to validate your existence to these characters? How do you see yourself? Do the world have you so forgotten and so in last place that you have to go into fantasy land to be somebody? In this fake fantasy kingdom, and then now you are magically part of this fake fantasy family kingdom, now that you part of, because the world, you ain't shit, we ain't shit in this world. That's why your mind got to be firm. You're not supposed to be shit in this world. You the light of it. You said you understood the book. So how do the world receive light? They love stars. And I say, according to your book, how do the world see light? And you a little bit, you moving off the North Star, you a little bit ahead of the sun. So as a species, human being don't need money, right? You've reached a meditative state that you got into this meditative state that you went so high that you was connected with everything. You felt the connection. I am everything. And in that state, you had no need or want. Right? You went into a meditative state. You felt so connected, such a state of bliss that I am everything. This is us. This is eternal. You had no want. So when we're dealing with greed, it's the absence of this state, the awareness of they just constant want. Constant got to have. So in a world, guess what? You have to constantly want to be considered normal. You ain't trying to get nothing. You're not constantly trying to get. I've been to a place uh where it's you getting trying to get you kicked out of. Cause you must don't appreciate and understand how much you got. You trying to demonstrate a lack of awareness and appreciation of what the fuck you got. So go on over there before you can go where you can get at. Cause over here we already got. We at peace. You can go get the getting over there with all the go-getters. And y'all can get it till you can't get it no more. We already got it over here. We at peace. After all your getting that you thinking when you get through getting, you gonna finally be at peace because all you got, we at peace already. And a lot of people, hey man, it's not very many people that's vibing on this level because it's very off-putting because it make you have to examine yourself and say, well, damn, how you over there chilling? And people don't like to feel like that. Your presence make people feel like that.